Hare Krishna! What are we talking about today?
Today we are going to talk about Brahma Purana and we are going to take a story from Brahma Purana which is about Harishchandra and Rohita.
What is the Brahma Purana?
Brahma Purana is one of our Puranas which is related to Lord Brahma who is equipped with Rajogun. Therefore, this is also known as Rajas Purana. Brahma Purana is one of the 18 major Puranas. Shri Brahma Ji is the eldest son of Brahm-Kaal and Goddess Durga, whose job is to create living beings. Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva are his younger brothers. Now, I am going to tell you the story of Harishchandra and Rohita. In the Ikshvaku dynasty, there ruled a king named Harishchandra. Harishchandra had no sons. One day, two sages, Narada and Parvata, came to visit Harishchandra and told him that he would go to Naraka if he did not have a son.
Wow.
How can he get a son? Asked Harishchandra. Go to the banks of Goutami Ganga, advised the sages. Pray to the god Varuna there. We are sure that Varuna will grant you a son. Harishchandra pleased Varuna with his prayers and asked for a son. You will have a son, said Varuna, but there is a condition attached. You will have to therefore organize a yajna in my honor, and you will have to sacrifice your son at this yajna. Tell me if this condition is acceptable to you.
That is indeed surprising that Harishchandra, just when he had obtained a son, had to sacrifice his own son.
Harishchandra accepted the terms of Varuna. In due course, Harishchandra had a son who was named Rohita. Varuna came to Harishchandra and asked, What about the yajna in my honor? My son is still too young, replied Harishchandra. Let him at least attain 10 days of age. Till then, baby is impure and is not fit to be sacrificed.
Okay.
After 10 days, Varuna came again and asked, What about the yajna in my honor? Please let him grow his teeth, replied Harishchandra. Animals sacrificed at yajna, and no one becomes an animal until he actually has teeth. Varuna returned, and when the proper teeth grew, he came and asked, What about the yajna in my honor? He is the son of Kshatriya, the second of the 4 warrior classes, replied Harishchandra, but his training in the art of fighting had not yet even begun. He cannot be called Kshatriya until he knows how to fight. Till that day he is an incomplete man. Do you want such an incomplete sacrifice? Asked Harishchandra. After some years had passed, Rohita became skilled in the art of fighting and was appointed the Yuvraja of the kingdom. He was then 16 years of age. Varuna again came and asked, What about the yajna in my honor? This time the entire conversation took place in front of Rohita. Then the prince intervened before Harishchandra could say anything. Father, he said, I have already resolved to perform a yajna in Vishnu's honor. Grant me permission to complete that first. After that, do as you will. Rohita went off to the forest. Meanwhile, Varuna had enough and he afflicted Harishchandra with a painful stomach ailment. News of his father's illness was taken to Rohita who was in the forest. In the forest, Rohita met a sage named Ajigartha. The sage was very poor and had 3 sons. With his 3 sons and his wife, they were living in a small cottage and everyone were starving. Will you sell one of your 3 sons to me? Asked Rohita. The boy is needed for a sacrifice. I shall not sell my eldest son, replied the sage. My wife will not permit the youngest one to be sold. You can hence have the one in middle. His name is Shunashepa.
Isn't it wrong that a father has to perform his duties by taking care of his son? But here, the father himself is neglecting his duties. And the main duty of a Raja or a Kshatriya is to protect the other common people or the Brahmanas, and that is their Sarva Dharma or their main Kartavya. And the prince is not following this. Isn't it so sad?
Indeed, that is astonishing. The price will be 1,000 coins, 1,000 gold coins, and 1,000 cows, replied the sage. Rohita then paid the price and brought Shunashepa home to Harishchandra. We can't do this, said Harishchandra. It is the duty of a king to protect the Brahmanas. How can we sacrifice the son of a Brahmana?
That is indeed very true. The king has spoken righteously for the first time.
It is better to die instead. Go and return Shunashepa to his father. Then a divine voice was heard from heaven. The voice said, there is no need for anyone to die. Take Shunashepa to the bank of the Goutami Ganga and perform the yajna to Varuna there. Goutami Ganga is a sacred river that no human sacrifices are needed if a yajna is performed there. This is what Harishchandra did, for which Varuna was satisfied. As for Shunashepa, he was adopted by sage Vishwamitra as a disciple.
Sage Vishwamitra?
Yes, and he then went on to become a great sage himself.
Thank you.
Hope you all enjoyed this story.
Jai Shri Gurudev. Jai Shri Krishna.